Who starts? Me? You?
Yeah, you volunteered yourself.
No. I was just being nice.
The first thing that came out was me. Okay. Okay.
I was just being nice and polite.
Why would you do that, Monica?
Oh nga, no?
Ngayon pa.
Out of character.
Oo, ngayon pa.
All right, here we go. Eavesdrop
178.
178.
178.
Oh, the one who got it correct does the opening spiel. I'm just kidding.
Ako? Okay, sige.
I'm just kidding. Don't laugh too hard.
Nag-okay siya.
Eh, sige, kayo
Fran, nag-okay siya. Nag-okay siya.
Okay siya?
Pero
Okay
hindi
siya.
natin alam, kaya mo. Kung ako lang tatanungin nyo, ready ako.
Let's go with the one that's ready. Let's go with Delle.
I was so busy with my pain, guys.
All right, let's do it. Did we count?
You did, right? We did na.
Okay, all right, let's start this baby up. It's podcast 178, the Eves gang. We're all back. Yeah, we're all in our corners, but we are back. Hi there. My name is Delamar, along with Francesca, with Jelly Victor, and our diva of all divas, Jude Rocha. Hello, guys.
Hi. It's
Tingnan mo, tanggap na ni Jude yung intro niya.
he knows.
He knows.
What's the
He
point
knows.
in
No.
arguing otherwise? I'll just
When it's as plain as day.
I'll just busy myself trying to live up to it.
Wow. The truth will set you free, Jude. It's okay. Acceptance is key here in this podcast.
It will set you free, but it will also hurt us very much. How's everybody?
Oh, well, it's been a minute.
Has it been?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, so obviously Delle is back in Utah, and it was just like this whirlwind of activities, I think, right? For you, from the moment
Yeah,
you
for you too.
arrived. Yeah, I think for everybody. You know, it was so weird because I had like a whole like template for a reel that I wanted to post of the time that you were here. And like I didn't have time to do it. So it's there in my phone. You guys will see it eventually of
Right.
all the things that happened. Because obviously aside from Delle being here, like my dog got attacked and it happened like
Yeah.
my baby.
The day after I arrived.
After I was telling Delle, yeah, alam mo, duwag siya. He's, you know, people bully, like other dogs bully him, small dogs bully him. And then a dog attacked him. A
Got
dog got
attacked.
out of his gate while Alan and Megatron were walking, and it was a chow chow, and the chow chow just like bit him in many
Three
places.
times, right?
Oh, three.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, my poor baby.
I remember your story and what the owner said. It's like, are you serious? Is that supposed to be okay now?
Yeah. Did I make you cuento, Jude? Not yet.
No, I'm hearing this for the first time.
So it was a chow chow, and then so I kind of hunted. I didn't hunt down the owner, but I mean I announced it on.
She did.
I did.
She did, guys.
I announced it politely in the Viber group of the village. Hey, ganyan, ganyan. These are the details, and you know, nice enough. They contacted us. So, but the owner, Jude, just to shorten this long story, the owner said, "Yeah, you know, our dog doesn't like black dogs."
That's it?
Like
So okay lang kasi
Racist.
black yung dog nyo.
racist.
Kaya nakasalanan ka ni Megatron na black siya.
It was a pale yellow chow chow. Sorry. Racist dog. Sorry.
How's
Jelly.
Megatron?
Okay, so thankfully he's okay, but we had to bring him to the vet twice because his fur is so thick, they only saw like one or two on the side on his hind leg, but then they didn't see there was one like right on his back. When we had come back during that day's activities, it looked like worse for the wear. So we're like, Al had to like bring him with David to the vet and, get him checked up. And the one on his back, like by his spine or wherever, malalim siya. Oh my God. My poor baby. But he's okay now.
He's up and about.
Yeah, he's up and about, but I think he has trauma. I don't know if it's
Wagging
Al or
his tail.
Megatron. Yes, he's wagging his tail and his fur is growing back. But he does not want to walk past that house. It's at the end of our
For
street.
sure. Yeah,
He doesn't
that's
want to.
Pavlovian. Like that's how you do it. Like, if they associate a certain place,
Oh.
they will avoid that place.
Pero mahirap kasi it's at the
Yeah.
end of our street. So Al right now is trying to, kind of get him into the behavior of walking past. Minsan he really doesn't want to and Al has to carry him like a baby past the
Gusto lang
house.
pakarga.
Oh. Anyway.
So cute.
Anyway.
But that's not it. And we were in Batangas, and what happens, Monica?
Oh my gosh! So when we were in Batangas, JD had an emergency. Yeah, she had to undergo surgery. Oh my goodness! And I was in Batangas. We were having our what's the movie with Julia Roberts again?
Eat, pray, love.
Our Eat, Pray, Love moments.
Umi-eat, pray, love ba?
Oh yes, Jude. Oh yes.
Ano ba?
Yes.
Kailan ba i-schedule yung podcast na yan para lumabas yung mga detalye ng...
Yes,
Yes, Jude.
yes.
Yes. Ito na yun, actually.
Yeah.
Ah, ito na.
We can-
Sige.
we
Ito na
can
yun.
review that. But it was good because the type of surgery that JD and emergency that she had, Delle and Christy, who was also in Batangas, they went through the same thing. So, as a mom, it was very comforting to ask them and they're like, okay, well, this happened to us and stuff. So that was also
Pareho rin
harrowing.
kami.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of us also had it emergency. So those kinds of things really are. There's no telling when it's going to happen, but once it happens, it's like you got to get yourself to a doctor.
Yeah.
Do not wait.
Oh, wow.
She had a cyst, Jude, that I was like, should I say it? But she posted it on IG, so it's cool.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
saw.
public
Sabi ko,
domain.
yeah.
So she had a cyst that ruptured and it was huge. It was like the size of like a hard-boiled egg.
An
Sabi
egg.
ng doctor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Same thing with Christy, diba? It's that big too. Like same thing.
But what was interesting though was the time that Delle had it and then the time that Christy had it. Iba yung surgery procedures. Like the
It
years.
made me feel so old. Oh yes. Well, I was 27 when I had it
Yeah.
done, so that was like almost 22 years ago. And at the time, it was a CS. It's like exactly what
They cut you
cesarean
open.
section.
Ngayon,
Yeah,
Pero
they
scope
pag
na lang.
ganito pa yung hiwa
That's
mo.
right, a scope.
No, bikini na ako. Bikini.
Okay.
But at the time, you really couldn't tell. Like they would tell you, if we go in there, we are going to take everything that's threatening your life. That might mean a total hysterectomy. And for a girl at 27, and also for Jade,
Yeah.
who's 25,
Right.
right? It's really like, it's not something you take lightly.
Exactly. Right. Right.
Even if you don't think about having kids yet, just knowing that you could lose it just like that, something that you had, diba?
Yeah.
Part of your womanhood.
Yes.
That's a huge part of...
Yes. So when Delle said that, I was like, okay. So I took it and I was absorbed. I'm like, do I tell Jade? And I did tell Jade. And I don't know if she, like me, absorbed that actual, like the reality of it. Right. But I had to tell her that that is a possibility. Like you might lose your one ovary. Worse. Because I was like, what's a hysterectomy? And sabi ni Delle, yeah, the whole system. I said, oh my God.
Yeah. So
Right.
that would be the your ovaries, everything,
uterus.
even the uterus. So you're basically, biologically, that's the thing that makes us female, right? To distinguish us from the other, we are the ones that have the reproductive system.
Right. Right.
So when those things occur, they really tell you right off the bat, this is what could happen.
Yeah.
And then they'll promise you that they will be conservative, especially if you're very young. But the great thing with Jade was they didn't have to open her up. Same with Christy. It's done with just two holes. And then they were able to get everything. So downtime is really minimal. You can go home
Yeah.
if you're okay. could go home the next day.
So not so invasive surgery, but still scary because it was a big cyst. Yeah, and then of course, you don't know when they go inside. You don't know what they're gonna find, really.
Yeah.
So she's okay, thankfully. Thank God.
But it was really like kind of like we were in a weird moment where is this happening? Like I'm here. This is happening to Jade. This Christy's here. She also had it. And it was just a weird moment, but kind of a good moment also because we could tell Fran exactly what happened to us and like we're still standing.
Yeah.
Tingnan mo naman yung isang ovary ko, di ba? Overachiever.
Overachiever.
Di ba naglabas pa ng 4? Oo. Sabi niya, Mama, don't worry, I got you. No.
So earlier for the Eavesdrop Radio, we were saying like how weird it was to see Delle in person. I'm sure it was weird for you, Delle, to be in Manila again.
After 3 years, is it?
Yeah, 3 years, I would say. Two and something months because I went 2019, right? I came home
For a bit.
so that would be 2020. Yeah, so about a year? No, 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. 2 years and some.
Yeah,
2.5 years.
It got me thinking. Like when Jude finally comes back to Manila, I don't know how you're gonna take the traffic. Like, how are you gonna react on the road? Because I saw Delle kumapit siya sa side ng door. This is Delle, who used to drive like a crazy girl.
Parang Delle, seryoso ka ba? Ganyan ka
Who was
magmaneho
driving?
dati.
Si Christy.
Si Christy.
Sinabi ba ni Delle na, tinanong ba niya si Christy, safe ba tong sasakyan mo?
Yun ba yung inaalala ni Delle? Hindi pala yung driving skills, yung
Hindi,
sasakyan.
Kasi sanay na siya sa States. All
Right.
the, I don't know, airbags galore, cup holders galore.
And
maganda
nobody.
yung ni Christy Maganda yung truck niya.
Was she driving?
Pickup.
It's the truck.
Okay,
Yeah, the white
yeah.
one, the pickup, the Nissan.
It's the truck
It was
that used to be filled with all the boots for clubs.
It's not the
No,
old
she
Nissan.
got a new one.
It's the new one.
No, this is a new
Jude,
one.
the
Yeah.
new one.
Oh, wow.
Naabutan ko pa yun, yung Navara.
Yes, the Navara.
Yeah, the Navara.
So brace yourself,
Hirap
Jude.
ako. Yeah, it was really hard, Jude.
Pero parang
I was
kotse yun. Parang kotse yung Navara. That's what I
Yes.
heard, yeah.
Yeah, actually, the Nissan line, that's what you get. It's like comfort. That's what I feel like. If you drive a Subaru, you're doing it for speed, But if you're on a Nissan, you're like, I like my life. I want to live long. Sorry, Delle. Sorry. I didn't mean to make you laugh. Sige ka, papayakin kita.
Masakit din yun.
Masakit din ba? Oh, pero different yung pain. Pag pinatawa, dun sa gilid. Pag pinaiyak, dito sa puso. No, it was really kind of, I guess that's what happens to balikbayans, right? If you stay long enough outside of the Philippines, I mean, you get used to whatever it is, wherever it is you are used to in that new place. Like Hong Kong has an efficient, like railway system. Everything is quick and everything is easy, But when you get to Manila, you're like, oh, remember this? This was our life. Like you fight for every inch. Like you get to the bank, may pila. You get to grab. Wow, ang dami. Ayaw kang nobody wants to take your right. Still. Yeah. And it's because in the US, it's like you do it, you get it.
Yes.
You can even plan, like if I were going to the airport tomorrow morning, I could plan my ride ahead. And so you realize that Filipinos really, especially the ones in Manila, we deal with a lot of crap.
Right.
Because, and I don't know how we're still laughing, because that's a pretty hard life. Right?
Yeah.
Oo, mahirap ha. Yung every inch, parang pila ka sa lahat. Tapos, diba, iinit ulo mo, tapos magtatrabaho ka pa. I mean, you really understand what people are going through.
Exactly.
That's how Rhoda feels whenever he's in Manila because he's in LU so often.
Yeah.
And this past week, we were together almost every single day because he was accompanying me from one clinic to because I was getting all my checkups done. Whenever he's driving, he's like, hindi ako ganito sa LU. Because umiinit ang ulo niya whenever anyone cuts him.
Yes.
And you have your dodging motorcycles,
Left and right.
bikers.
Yes.
You're dodging people on their electric scooters without helmets. As in, ang
Right.
init ng ulo niya. Sabi niya, Mama, hindi ako ganito sa LU. In LU, I'm so chill. You know, and I'm like, so imagine you're still in LU. Those buildings are not buildings. Those are mountains. Look over on that side. That's the sea. I was kidding around with him because I'm like, so why does this Manila person come back whenever you're in Manila? And they keep the LU guy when you're driving. Kasi sabi niya, iba daw talaga. In LU, the cops stop to say good morning and they're smiling and they're pleasant. You know, when he's running outside, he would come across like a police car and then they would stop. The first time they did that, he was like, what did I do? Yung ba- Kinabahan kaagad siya kasi sanay sa Manila. Pero dun daw, they would really stop by. When they see people, they'd say good morning, they'll smile, and then drive off. He wasn't used to it. So I'm like, so bring that back whenever you're in Manila. Ang nangyayari kasi when he's in Manila, the Manila boy activates. And then he's back to his old self.
But I feel like you have to because if you don't, you're gonna get left behind. There's a speed with which Manila time goes. It's like it's incredible. It's insane. Like you're 2 hours gone.
Yeah.
You don't even
Yeah.
know what you did with it. I was like, what? So it's you kind of have to. The word that came to mind was nakikipagsapalaran ka.
What does that mean?
Every day.
You're
What's
Figure
the
it out.
root? What's the root word? Oh my God, Jude! What's the root word?
fighting. No.
Nakikipagsapalaran. You take your chances. Nakikipagsapalaran. Parang you take your chances because it's not guaranteed. Like you're not guaranteed a ride.
Oh yeah,
You're not
Yeah.
guaranteed you'll get to like pagdating mo sa elevator, there's a long line. Pagdating mo sa banko, there's a long line. Pagdating mo sa
You don't know
It's hard.
how it's gonna shake out for the day
Yeah, for the day.
when you want a
So-
routine, just to get where you want to be. But this is also
Right.
good in a way because somehow this much activity going on in a place like Metro Manila, warts and all, means that everything is getting back to how it's supposed to be after
The
2
pandemic.
years. Everybody wants to go out.
True.
You can't even wear masks anymore if you want to risk it.
You don't have to.
Hindi
Right.
na required, diba?
It's not required.
I try to keep tabs, but if I were there, I'd still wear a mask for sure
Yes.
outside.
And most
Ako-
people
Yeah.
follow it still.
They
They
do.
still wear masks.
Yeah. Like I haven't worn a mask in over a year. But when I got to Manila, as soon as we deplaned and I saw just how many people are in such close quarters. And there's no personal space in Asia.
Yeah.
That's what everyone says, right? What's that? Like personal space? What? Ganun eh, diba? And it's like I want to mask up because I can't control it. It's crowded. The buildings are blocking the wind. So you realize people in Manila have to go through so much just to do the same things that people in Hong Kong are like doing so easily, people here in Utah. So I kind of like the idea of going back and remembering what that was, because that's our life for so long. But then coming back here, I also have this renewed appreciation for everything that's so easy. And I realized I got to bring my kids back to Manila. No matter what.
Pahirapan mo na sila.
Yeah. I mean, I just want you to know that, other people, your mother,
There you go. Yes.
lived this for 45 years.
Yes.
So this is where you come from. This is hard. And this is why we left. But you got to know that this is life. This this could have been your life.
Right.
If we hadn't done, what we did. So I just felt like, galing ng mga Pilipino kasi nakakatawa pa eh.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like if that happened here, Oh my gosh. I
Right?
don't know what they're going to do.
And I think it's just like it's development so slow because remember before Grab there was no Grab and there were like these errant taxi drivers who didn't want to take you when you flag them down. And then before that, commuting is still shitty here, but I mean our progress is there but so slow. And then like we take it like, so when there's a progress, we're like, oh, so happy. Gcash, online payment like that. Right. But then, if you go to a first world country, it's always been there or it's been there for a couple of years and everything's, I mean, this country is not without trying. But like even if you have to renew your driver's license right now, Jude, when you come back, there's a online.
I have to do that.
Yeah, there's a test you take online. And then when you take
You have to
it,
keep a copy of the result.
yeah, and then you go there. You go to the LTO of your choice, and then you take the eye exam and whatever. And it's supposed to. Well, unfortunately, Jelly had a very bad experience recently, but it's supposed to take you at least under an hour or at least under 2 hours to get everything done. Kasi online nga yung test mo. And then your license is supposed to, if you don't have any violations or tickets to your license, it'll be for like 10 years. Can't you renew your license at any LTO? It doesn't have to be at your LGU, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
anywhere.
you can.
So,
Pero
Yeah,
may
you can.
ano yun, may fee yun.
okay lang. Kasi really, that's
The
why
convenience.
in Pasig, Makati is the same. It's very systematic. So you're out of you can get it in like an hour. So I guess it depends nga on the LGU that you come from and whatever. I know because my point is like ideally there's these systems that they're supposed to help us, right? They're supposed to expedite and facilitate and make things easier. But then we have these crappy people in LTOs in some
branches.
cities
No,
that are still
because
like
it's
that.
it's not in their interest to make things efficient.
Right.
They can earn money when things are inefficient. So there's no there's no incentive for them to do
Yeah.
the right thing. Doing the right thing doesn't give them money. I'm not saying that's right, okay? I'm just thinking that's how it is. Do you know how quick it is to get your I opened a bank account here. I have a bank account.
Yay!
I got money.
Pwede ka nang padalan.
Oh, pwede na. Oh, yun actually, I have my Patron, okay?
You can
My
open
Patron.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like when I went Friday, I was in at 2:30. I was done before 3.
See?
And this was, and I got my card.
Yeah.
I got my debit card. Everything is ready.
Yeah.
It's all done.
Yeah.
Like, go home. We got everything.
That's what I'm saying.
And they're interested in having you do everything that you need to do quickly. Because we don't want a line here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, kaya nga sabi ko, nakikipagsapalaran ng Pilipino. Imagine, get your driver's license. You gotta deal with that.
That's so bad.
You go to a doctor. Diba, Jel? You also know this.
Pila
They make you
din.
wait so long. Diba, parang everything is very you gotta fight for every inch somehow in Manila. And for me, the takeaway was people were laughing. They were joking. They're soaked in the rain. Mainit, madumi, mahirap humanap ng sasakyan. But they're smiling. Nakukuha pa nilang makipagbiruan, whoever. And here in the U.S., I remember at the height of COVID, we were waiting to take our test, which took 40 minutes longer. And people were angry. They were angry, really angry. And I'm like, alam mo, iba rin ang Pinoy eh. And it's, to a point, ayoko kasi kasi nga ang dali nating maawa, masyado tayong mabait.
Right.
Walang nagbabago. We don't hold
Right.
people accountable.
That's it.
But at the same time, the other side of it is people are able to live through these difficult times with a certain level of happiness.
Yeah.
That people in first world countries who have all the accoutrement of the modern day living, but they're miserable and they're angry. And one time they don't get what they feel they deserve.
yes.
Like they're
Yeah.
they're just so like,
You're never
they're
going
up
to
in
hear the
arms.
end of it.
That's why when those the face mask was implemented, that's why you had so many people protesting for that.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah. They didn't want it.
It's like you're taking away. Well, so, what's
Yeah,
the moral of the story?
No, but I love coming home. Coming home for me was, of course, I would have liked it was under different circumstances, but the coming home, really, everything in my senses came alive. Like the smell, that muggy smell of Manila. Give me that. And, malagkit, mainit. Because it's a humid country, dumidikit yung dust sa mga semento, diba? That's why it looks so dirty. But you go outside of the country, go to Japan, for example. Why are their pavements so clean?
Yes.
Why, right? And then you come home, especially like Jude, when you get home, you're like, is this really the Manila I've lived in? Because your eyes can't take it. Like, has it always been this dirty? In your mind.
Yeah.
But I swear, it's like, for me, I love this place. Like, that place, because I'm a different place now. And then I get to see the ocean. Like, the minute we entered the bend of Mabini in Batangas, and you see that great blue ocean. It's the ocean. I mean, it's like I'm home. There's nothing in me that does not feel like I belong there. And what a great feeling if you haven't felt that in so long.
Yeah.
It's like my takeaway from that, my trip is epic. Like, can I just say, that is like a universe.
We agree with you on that one, Del.
Masyadong ano siya, it's like, but I have no cause to complain because I do, but I won't. I received a gift from the universe that I never even thought of asking. Because to me, it's like, okay, let it go. You lost it. That's it. Just live with it. But man, the gift of my mother passing, it seems, was among many things. This is the one I could share. Was it seemed like her passing called forth the very best in her children.
Yeah.
It's like we haven't talked. 5 kids. We're kind of estranged, like with whoever, let's just say. May kanya-kanyang whatever. And I hadn't spoken to some siblings in 10 years, maybe more. And it's not like, it's always like on the precipice of a fight, of someone walking away, of someone cutting you off if a conversation didn't go the way they wanted. But after my mother passed, we all of the siblings, barring one, went to a dinner. And this was the first time we were all sitting, breaking bread together. And it was like, in my mind, I was looking at us. I mean, I was observing the whole conversation. It was like, it was fun. It was at a speed where we all run the same speed. It's because we share the same faith, we share the same family, the same parents, the same school, the same university. So, pare-pareho kami ng references. So it's easy, right? So I was watching and I was like, I thought I dreamed it. I friggin' thought I dreamed that my siblings were amazing because we hadn't been together in such a long time. I thought, Del, maybe you romanticized it. The minute that you lost it, you wanted to bring it up on a pedestal so you can have your pain. I'm like, but sitting on that table and seeing everybody talk, the jokes were coming, like, I was so happy. Like, I can't even... Yeah, so that was right after we buried mom, and then we went out to podium when we met Mon, and it was tense, but he's just so happy, and we took pictures, because I thought I'm not going to expect anything I'm going to honor this moment for what it is and not put any kind of expectation that, oh, now it's going to last until the day we die. No, let the moment live for what it is. And I took pictures, and then one brother said to me, hey, before you go, let's meet up for coffee. And then, because it was this Viber chat group, and then another brother said, sama ko. But the two that were so far away said, gawin yung podium or Mega Mall, sasama ko.
Yeah.
And then my sister, who lives in Bulacan, for goodness sakes, was gonna go to Mega Mall to join. So ako parang, oh sige, because I wanted Makati sana, because I have no ride, but I don't care. I'm gonna go to Mega Mall. I'm gonna go. Is that what it takes to be with my siblings again?
Yeah.
And I remember the night at Terry's, we separated around 9 or 10. I check into my hotel alone, and I fell asleep. The minute I woke up, it was like I sat up and I found myself praying the way my mother taught me to pray, which I hadn't done in, I don't know, 20 years, maybe more. I sat up and I said, Panginoon, maraming salamat. And that's all I could say. Salamat. Like I was like a crazy woman just saying thank you.
Yeah.
Last night meant something to me. And I thought I dreamt that my siblings were brilliant, and they really weren't. But they were. They really were. That's your proof right there.
Yeah.
And I held my sister and I said, I just miss you. I miss being the pinky to your bimbi. Because as soon as I got to the libing with my bags, she grabbed my hand, ushered me into the chapel, and said, Dad, she's here. Like someone took charge. Like Fran took charge, Christy took charge. But when your older sister takes charge, it brings you back to that moment of childhood where, I don't know, for me, it was special. Like someone taking care of me.
Yes.
This sister who for I really credit for all that how I talk. She was the one who did this to me.
Right.
Because I was very quiet, but she had written this piece for a declamation contest when I was in 5th grade. She wrote it herself and she said, Del, you're going to do this and you're going to enter the contest. And I'm like, basta sinabi ni ate, susunod talaga ako eh. Well, it's not even a why. No, I'll do it. And I remember after I won that contest, I was ignored. It was like that moment where you're nobody, and then the next day you're somebody. Like the whole school wanted to be your friend. I'm like, what changed? I just, what? But it was my first time that I felt people give you something sort of respect for something you didn't even know you had that you took for granted, because everybody talked like that in my family and I'm not the one who spoke the best, and then people are talking to me like I am. In my mind, it was special, in other words. So when they all came out a second time, it was like, it was a moment to just be true. And I remembered early part of this year, I set 2 goals for myself. Tell the truth in the moment and show up for those people. And that's exactly what I did those 2 weeks, starting with Monica. Ganon. So it was like, and I really feel like God had given me this gift that I hadn't even thought of asking him. But it was freely given. And until now, the Viber chat group of the siblings are alive and well.
Oh, that's great.
And we've been reminiscing things about mom. So it's very important that you grieve with the people who lost the same.
Yeah.
Because you guys will talk about what it means, her life, or whoever it is in your life that passed. You will remember what their life meant to you, and then the grieving can start. You know, and so what an epic trip. I had great moments even with Monica's mom.
Yeah.
I heard so much about that.
My crazy mom.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Hi,
it was
Tita.
really amazing.
She listens.
She does. She listens. Hi, Mom. We love you. Yes.
I just talked to her last night.
Oh, you
We were
did?
chatting.
I said, once you open those floodgates, Delle, let me tell you, there's no stopping my mom. She's just going to bombard you with stuff, whether you like it or not.
Well, here's the thing. Last night, I there was a moment in my life last night, and I was shaking. I was really shaking. And I sat in front of this very computer, and I was like, calm yourself. And it was easy. This is the gift of whatever those 2 weeks were. I could now center myself so quickly. It's like, okay, just calm yourself. And although the body was still shaking, the inner part of me was settled. And then everything from beyond the center can come and be still. And then I said, I need a friend. I need a friend right now. I checked my phone. It's your mom.
Was she awake?
It's your mom.
Okay.
She messaged me.
Oh, she did.
And so she said, I said, Tita, I was just at this moment, I was just calling out to the universe to, I need a friend. I was asking for a friend. And you messaged me. And I said, you messaged me, Tita. And it was like, I don't know what I'm on. This path, something happened. And I'm just really totally different. And I don't know if it shows.
It does.
But deep down, does it? Because it sometimes I'm like, I don't know what the heck is happening. Because people respond to you a certain way. I know I'm talking too much. Can I just say my one last story was I was at the deli yesterday, and this woman, she looked angry. She was having a bad day, and she was tattooed up, and she was at the deli, so she was cutting cheese. I'll be with you in a moment. I go, okay. And then, what do you want? Oh, sorry. What can I do for you? I go, okay, give me a pound of that and a pound of that. She goes and slices it, and then she gives it to me. She goes, okay, this is on sale. So if you use your card, you get this much, blah, blah, blah. Okay, thank you. Then she goes back, and I go, oh, don't slice it. It's okay. I just need the block. She goes, easier for me, less work. She wraps it, and she goes, okay, this is also on sale, blah, 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 blah. And I go, hey, I just met you, but I really like you. Two good news in less than a minute. And her face, she was like a little girl from an angry tattooed woman.
Yeah.
Like she was happy. And I was like, well, I'm going to come back tomorrow, see if you got another sale going. And then she was just, and then the next lady she was going to attend to, she's like, okay, what can I do for you?
Oh,
Like
Nagbago na.
Yes.
How did that happen to me? And it's like my interpretation of it is if you look at people in the eye and show them like, hey, I'm looking at you. You.
Yeah.
Not what you can do for me, but you. And I don't know, but something changes in your dynamic with people, and it doesn't change. It won't change him or her. It won't change you fundamentally. But you get enough of those good moments with people, it can restore some part of you that believes in mankind.
I agree. I
so-
agree.
I think
She
Delle,
felt
it's
seen.
because
She felt.
I was gonna
She
say
felt seen.
not just her, but you too, Delle.
Yeah.
During your trip, you also felt like you were seen. You got validation because everybody wanted a piece of you. You got validation from your family.
Was
you
it
guys
sliced or
ended
the
up-
whole block?
Well, both.
It's that now you're seeing people as well because you have that within you.
Yeah. I was about to say that you feel a lot more lighter and, dare I say, friendlier and playful, Delle. Yeah. Right? There's like this excited playfulness to you now. You know, that wasn't there before. It's tangible. You can feel it.
That's the word. That's what I realized about myself. I always thought I was a sullen kid who was stupid, who was not pretty, blah 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 blah. Do the whole thing, right? We already know that. And then my sister gave me this picture of my mom and me in Lake Caliraya, where Apocalypse Now was filmed.
Fun.
The owner of that resort at the time, 1981, was my dad's client, so we got a free trip. And in my picture with my mom, I remember like I was doing this. Like happy. And I remembered there was another picture from the same trip. I was making faces. So it's not true that I was just a sullen kid and I cried all the time. That's my image of me.
Yeah.
It's not. I could tell in these pictures, I was like a, makulit kid who liked to, tease people.
Yeah.
My brothers were saying I would play tricks on the yaya when they're washing dishes. And I would slowly creep into the kitchen, my favorite yaya to. And then I would run my fingers from her ankle up her knee, the back of the leg. And then she like gets so surprised. Del! Hindi pala, she never called me Del. Pinky! Ano ka ba? Blah, 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 blah. And I would laugh.
Right.
And I never thought I was like that. I always thought I was crying all the time. And now I realize, why did you just take that part? Now, this brings us back to a conversation that Christy, Fran, and I had on the beach. And I was telling Christy that what you choose to remember is largely responsible for your personality. If you remember all the bad things.
Yeah.
If you remember only good things,
Then
not so good. You need a balance of all the nice, and the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything in between. So you get a full picture of yourself.
Because Christy was asking, like, why? Well, then if I can choose it, then why am I choosing to remember this bad incident?
Bad things.
Right. But then it's like, I think you said, well, it's because so you have to remember so it doesn't happen to you again, or you can change it, or you can, so that's why you remember the bad things, or you choose to.
It's like Westworld. Remember when they were just robots, but the birth of consciousness was explained because they started to remember the things
That happened
and
to
if
them.
they remember the killing, then they will be angry.
Right.
So this is like, what do you remember from your relationships in the past, whether romantic, family, at work? What did you choose to remember? Maybe you're forgetting to remember the good. Or if you're only at the good, maybe you're forgetting to remember all the not so nice things. Because you need to remember the not so nice things because you don't want to put yourself in the same position. Danger, danger, danger. That's what your brain's telling you.
Yeah.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Go the other way. So what we choose to remember, that's what it feels like to me. Maybe it's going to be backed up by science when we finally go on Google, but right? Anyway.
What a trip.
Kaya Jelly, I needed your healing.
Scan and
Been
heal.
wanting. Ay, nako.
As a last kwento, Jelly, tell them what happened to you and I.
Something happened.
What
between-
happened? What happened between you two? What happened? What happened?
So that night that we went out with Gino, we went home pretty late,
Yes.
right? And you guys went home even later. So the next day,
oh yeah, kasi Gino wanted to eat, no? Did you feel that, Del?
So we parted ways.
He didn't
It
want
was
to let us
already
go.
1 a.m. It was 1 a.m. and then you guys went out to eat pa, and I heard from Del you guys went home at 3. Del and I were supposed to have breakfast that morning. My intention for setting that breakfast was because I wanted to do a healing session on her. Yeah, so and then she messaged at about maybe was it like 6, 7 in the morning.
6.
She said, We went home pretty late. I don't think I'll make it to breakfast. I was like, okay, no problem. And then, so I was up because I was going to take Juliana to school and then came back home. So because I was driving her, I was very much awake and aware. So lakas ng loob ko. Sabi ko pa kay Delle, if where are you headed today? Let me know if you need a ride. Because I knew she had a salon appointment and she had like dinners and stuff. So I'm like, if you need a ride, just let me know. I'll drive you. Because I just really wanted to be with her. But I just really wanted to be with her because I felt like, with our conversation, there might be some healing that can occur. So I offered that. And then nakatulog ako.
Sandali. Wait, para makita nyo ang full extent. Ha? Kasi it was kind of epic. Ito kailangan eh.
Alam
Kasi
mo yung ang lakas ng loob ko mag-offer because at that point in time,
You were
I
so
was
energized.
alert.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I had just woken up and I needed to be alert because I'm driving my daughter to school. When I got home, I messaged her and wala na akong gagawin. So, higa.
So sabi niya, okay, ito ha, I have to read it. This was epic. So I'm still this is me, Delle. I'm still arranging with my sibs who can take me. Yeah, Gino really, anyway, babal pala yun. All right. Jelly goes, I am offering myself to be your driver today from Ascot to Rockwell. Just let me know the time. I'm also offering my services to drive you to the airport on Saturday. My tiny car has massive space for your luggage. And don't forget, I have a special seatbelt. You just let me know. Okay, you just let me know. Sabi niya, 7:02. 7:02, dude. Then I go, 8:06. Jelly! Exclamation mark. Sorry, Jude. Sabi ko, Jelly, eto na. Uy, I'm going to ask for help. Ang hirap. But yes, I do need a ride to Rockwell. I would enjoy your conversation in the car. And then, how did I do, Jelly? And then
What
I
time
laughed.
was that?
And, wait, sunod-sunod to, 8:07. Sasabi ko pa, my appointment at Emphasis is at 12 noon. Let me know if you can pass by for me. If not, we can meet at the salon. And Chica there if you are available. 10:47. Oh my gosh, Delle. So sorry. I just woke up. Ano ba yan? Nag-offer ng ride tapos tinulugan. So sorry. Appointment ko sa doctor. Hindi ko rin napuntahan kasi I just woke And then she just went. She was feeling so bad.
Oh my gosh.
As
That's
in the
10 in the
whole
evening.
day. No,
Morning.
this is in the morning. Talagang gusto kong batukan ang sarili ko.
Morning.
Morning na
I was
the next
waiting.
day?
No, morning the same day.
Oh,
So
okay.
7 a.m.
So we were texting at 7. Nag-aayusan pa kami diba?
Her appointment at the salon was at 12. Talagang the whole day, I was like, parang, who does that? Offer, ang ganda-ganda pa ng offer, tapos tutulugan, my God.
Tapos Delle goes to you, I'm gonna, here it is. Here it is.
Sabi ko ganito. Sabi ko, this is the healing kasi I'm going to ask help from Jelly, which is such a lesson for me. And then she will understand how hard this is for me because she's the same.
Because that's the part that gets to me because I know how difficult it is to ask for help.
Nakakatawa.
Tapos when you do,
Guys.
you don't get anything back.
I know.
Oh my
See, you
God.
did it. You just reinforced.
Oh my God. No,
Just kidding. I'm just
so
kidding.
the whole day, I was like, Delle, please, let me know if you need a ride. Gising na gising ako, wala akong balak matulog. I'm not gonna settle. If you need a ride, mahirap mag-grab ngayon talagang. Because I just really wanted to make up for it. I felt so bad.
But you
my
did, right?
God.
Didn't you?
I was able
Yeah.
to drive her. She was like, take your time. I'm like, no. Sa isip ko, no. I'm gonna drop exactly what I need to do. I need to get to Delle right now.
Basta ang takeaway ko dyan may bagong tayo kay Jelly. Huwag mo kaming tutulugan, ha?
No.
No, but that's mean. Because, di ba nga, ay masandal tulog.
Yeah.
Juliana, Rhoda, they all complain. We watch a movie, but, I'm so comfortable on the couch. They look over, I'm asleep. Ayun talagang, I'm so
That's
sorry.
so funny.
No,
Waiting at the doctor, I'm asleep. Waiting to be called sa high precision, I'm asleep.
But I liked it 'cause it's
I'm so
funny.
sorry.
But it's good because I didn't get what I needed, but I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I understood it. I didn't go to that story where you go, see, sabi ko na, she's not really my friend. I
Yes.
didn't go there.
Or like, I know, that's why I don't ask for help. Because I'm not going to
Yes.
get it anyways. Yung ganon.
Yeah, there was nothing of that. I was like, she fell asleep. That girl works so much. I mean, for me, maybe that's the better lesson. Because getting what you need when you ask it, yeah. But learning how to take the no makes you even stronger.
Yes.
Diba?
That's it.
Wag mo lang uulitin.
Hindi na po.
Kasi kung hindi, susunduin kita.
I kept telling Delle, oh my God, Delle, I know I'm never gonna hear the end of this when we talk about it on the podcast because just ko nakakahiya talaga. Tinulugan. Wag mo rin gagawing title yun, Jude, ha?
Ay, oo nga, no?
He wrote it down already.
Sleepless in Taguig.
Meme na.
Meme na, jelly ko.
No, but I think that's what changed with our friendship, with our relationship now because of the podcast. Like, you didn't have qualms about asking, or accepting the offer, and then nung tinulugan kita, hindi ka rin nagalit or nagtampo, parang and then very easily I offered again instead. Usually if that happened in the past, I would be like, mahihiya na talaga ako. Like I wouldn't even offer kasi
Right.
parang what would make you believe me?
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same. It was just that morning that I didn't show up, but because things changed already because of the podcast during the pandemic, that's why we were able to see each other again. Pinagbigyan mo ko. You gave me another chance, Delle.
No, I loved it. It's like, okay, I can use this on jelly for years. Meron akong bangko.
Oo nga, 4 years.
Oo, tapos sasabihin ni Jelly, di ba, pupunta siya sa Utah, bibisitahin niya ako. Del, I'm here at the airport. Sleeping. I'm sleeping.
Diyan ka muna. Nap lang ako.
Just wait.
Kahit si Roda, sanay na yan. Mama, ano ba naman? Natulog na.
Si Jelly Victor, ang babaeng walang pahinga.
Oh.
Yeah, you work a
Getting
lot,
better.
dude.
Yeah, you work a lot. And then if you don't have work,
A
you
lot.
find work. It's like, whoa. Relax, woman. You need to relax.
So there.
But thank you. I just enjoyed my time. Enjoy is not the word. It's not
word.
the appropriate word. The word is it was just epic. And someday I hope to write about it because
know.
it's just so much.
Wait for the memoir. Wait for the memoir.
Guys. I'm seriously thinking of writing a book now. Like before, I was like, I'm not gonna write no book. Pero kailangan mo, Del. Kailangan mo yan for your own therapy.
Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So we'll
there
save
you
the
go.
learnings for the Batangas trip another day because that's like a whole nother episode.
Wow.
Yes.
I can't wait to
Yeah.
hear about that.
I can't wait for Monica's take because I know what happened in Batangas. But, it's all like I'm just crazy. But she's like sitting there watching me go
Third
through all
person
of
looking in.
yeah. So that's coming up. Don't you worry. We got you covered.
Yes.
For now, this is all you get from us. The best of the best. Nux. All right. For Jude Racha, for Monica Francesca, and for Miss Jelly Victor, who slept on me. Not literally, okay? This is Delamar thanking you guys for your clicking the play button yet again. Let's do it again next week here on the Eavesdrop Podcast. Bye, guys.
Yahoo!
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.